Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing today?
You don't have any wine.
No wine yet. You know why? Because we're filming this, it's kind of still early and I haven't eaten anything. So I'm sticking with water today. Today is water. Today's water
I got
day.
nothing.
He's got nothing. It's still a little early. But welcome everybody. Glad you guys are back for
Yes,
another
welcome back.
episode. We are Scott and Tina, and we talk all things relationships where no subject is
Off limits.
Oh, he got it this week. Yay. So today, we're going to dive right in today. So I had mentioned, and tagged our Instagram at the bottom. So somebody reached out to me with a topic. So I was so excited. I mean, I got a few suggestions. So I'm taking this one first and then we'll tackle the other ones.
I'm always in the dark. I never know what I'm going to be tackling. So.
He doesn't even know what the subject of today's thing is. Because if I tell him that, you know what? He sounds rehearsed. And you're supposed to be speaking from the heart, not from a piece of paper or have rehearsed anything. So
Sort of like, what's for dinner? You can't get excited, so
no, so
I'm
we're just winging
chill
it.
right now.
But it was a very good subject. And the subject is how to deal with toxic person or people in your family. It's easy to deal with toxic friendships because a lot of times you can just cut ties. And it's just 1, 2, 3. So for the most part you can.
Sometimes
Or evade them.
You have to be kind of civil to both sides.
But when they're in your family, it's a whole other story.
It's very traumatic.
So we're not going to say names. I mean, it is in my family that these people are in. But we're not going to name names or how we're related to each other because everybody deserves their right to privacy.
It's just a generalization of a family member.
It is in my family. I mean, I will tell you that much. And we'll have to give them new names. So...
Thing 1 and thing 2.
No, that's not nice. No. We'll say, I don't know, Dave and Diana. So there's Dave and Diana, and they also have children, but we'll keep them out of it. It's Dave and Diana. And when you have someone toxic, there's a lot of things that go on in your relationship, and it's not usually good. And I don't know if you guys have toxic people in your families, but I don't even know how to word it. It's just, it totally breaks you as a person, I think. It shatters your heart into a million pieces. You go through every emotion from happiness to sadness to you're mad, you're angry, you're hurt. Oh my God, what did I do? What did I say? You're constantly walking on eggshells. Like, what subject can I talk about? And it's just emotionally and physically draining.
And it just doesn't affect the one side either. It affects, and this goes back to relationship. It affects you relationship-wise because now, that you don't know what mood that person's in. Something may have triggered an emotion, and as a spouse, male or female, you need to be able to navigate and kind of help the person get through their day when it brings them down, when they're sad. Sometimes you can't do anything. Sometimes you just have to let them be in their quiet space and just let them be. I'm a type of person, I like to help, and sometimes being helpful is not helpful in a relationship. You want to talk to the person, you want to say, hey, I'm here. Just say, hey, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Kind of keep it.
Very low key. If you want to share what you're feeling, you'll come to me or I'll go to her. But like she said, sometimes she likes to be quiet.
I do.
And think about what's going on. Me, I like to dive into my music. I'll go in my studio and I'll just, blast some music and just kind of get that anger or whatever it's inside of me out.
Or I process. I just sit quietly and I process. But, depending on who the person is and how you're related to them, kind of has a different impact, I think.
Yeah, it'll affect you more.
Different ways. I'm not going to tell you how Dave and Diana I'm related to.
If you notice, we are Italian. We're talking with our hands a lot.
If you tie my hands up, I can't do a video.
Almost like jugglers.
But it's been heartbreaking and kind of been going on forever, but especially like the last 5-6 years. And, when Dave and Diana started a family, and you get close to baby number 1, and then baby number 1 is taken away, and how do you deal with the emotions? I mean, I broke down every 2 minutes, and anybody that knows me knows how much I love babies and kids, and I just adore them. I adore them so much.
Likes the
And
smell.
I do. I like everything. I like getting up in the middle of the night with bottles.
Yes.
Like, I love it. And it's been quite devastating that, 5 years have gone by, and now these babies are not babies anymore, and they don't know we exist. I don't know if they remember. But a little background on, Dave and Diana, they are very much narcissistic, and they're very much, and it wasn't just, they kind of started the process of going away from everybody, but on his side and on her side, they cut every single family member out. So Dave and Diana's the kids' only family is them. There's nobody else.
And if you're not familiar with a narcissist, what they like to do is they like to really win. They give you that little bit of enjoyment. They give you that little bit of loving towards themselves, and then all of a sudden they just pull it away, and then it's gone forever. It's not, and there's no playbook on how you deal with that. And I'm finding out through friends that I work with and other family members in my family that this isn't an uncommon thing nowadays. It's just
Evidently it's not.
And being an Italian family, big families, you share, everybody was together, Christmas time around the table, stories and everything. And now that's just fragmented in a million pieces.
It's not only affects, you, but it's a ripple effect. It affects your entire family. It affects your day-to-day life. It affects, you see a commercial, or you smell a smell, or you hear, baby shark makes me cry. Like little things like that, and it all triggers, back to that. And it's very, very, very difficult to deal with. Excuse me, sorry.
On a daily basis.
And it's a daily thing. I mean, I think, when they say time heals all wounds, I don't think time heals any wound, truthfully. I think it just makes it semi-manageable.
It kind of gives
I'm not healed. I'll never
still
be
there.
healed.
It's like a callus.
Still there.
It's still there, and it gets ripped off, and the pain comes right back again.
And the person who also wanted to remain anonymous that wrote to me, it's someone in her husband's family. So she's having a very hard time navigating through what she should do, what she shouldn't do. And she also felt like she was walking on eggshells, which I'm sure he felt a lot of times. Like, am I going to say the wrong thing? Am I going to trigger her? And,
Well, let me take this one because she's on my side. The best thing you can do is just be there for your significant other, but just be yourself. Just keep being yourself, and eventually the things they'll start coming back a little bit at a time. Don't change yourself in order to make this situation better, because it will not. And just be there for the person when they want to talk to you, and listen. Listening is very important. You learn a lot from listening. And when they tell you something like, hey, I need some space, I need to go golfing, I need to go shopping, just I want some, then go. It's not against you. Just remember that. Anything that your spouse is saying or doing towards you, they don't mean it. It's not because of that. It's because of another situation that they're going through. And you just have to love them and be there for them. If they ask for something, just and take the little moments that you can. If you have a night where you guys are having a good time, enjoy it, and just kind of save that in the back of your mind when things aren't going very well.
because it is devastating to your husband, I can honestly say, and he's going through, and it's their toxic tie is brand new. Ours is, this is going on year 6. So, we've had a little, I wouldn't even call it healing time, but time to adjust to this is how it has to be. And
because we were a certain way in the beginning, and there was a lot of enjoyment, a lot of fun, a lot of things going on, and all of a sudden that enjoyment just kind of came to a screeching halt. It doesn't mean the person doesn't love you anymore, or that they're not attracted. I like, this is what I like to hear. I would like my spouse or significant other say, hey, I really want you, or I really love you, or I appreciate you. Some little thing that makes you feel good, that they still feel that way towards you, helps.
it does help. Just, be there, be supportive. When he needs space, give it. When he wants you around, be there. You know, it's you know, and it's going to be different for everybody. It depends on, you know,
How
is it
affected you
is
are.
it an aunt, is it a cousin, is it a brother, is
Son,
it
a
daughter,
daughter, a cousin,
and
whoever.
I think where they are in your family kind of, I mean, like if it was your mother, it's going to be a lot different than if it was your uncle,
Right.
because your mother's your mother.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're going to take it differently. But the best thing to do is just be patient, be kind. You know, the thing about a
And
toxic,
talk
the thing
to each
too
other.
about a toxic person is you have to understand that even if you let them back into your life, unless you guys, you know, were able to talk and work things out, but when you, in our case, I mean, I don't know what her case actually is, but in our case, you know, Dave and Diana are very high narcissistic. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. You're stupid. I don't want anything to do with you. You're an idiot. And everything that they say back at you is just hurtful all over the place.
And sometimes it won't be words. Sometimes they'll lure you back in. They'll say, you know what, I really need you, or I really need you in my life. I need some help. And then you'll give them that help, and you'll think everything's going to take a turn for the better,
It's
and
not
it
going
really
to.
doesn't. You go right down the rabbit hole then. So you always be prepared. You know, don't say, oh, things are going to be great again. They may never be great again.
may
You
not.
have to accept that. And once you accept that, then you'll see the signs. You'll know the
And you know,
signs.
that's like with the title, like, is blood thicker than water? They're both as thick or as thin as they're going to be.
Yep.
You know,
And
it's
every
really hard to
situation
say.
is different. So
Like my son and I, you know, he's everything to me, and he is the best thing I ever did in my whole life. And his dad and myself, luckily, are still friends, and we'll talk about that relationship because that's very interesting. You guys might be interested in that, but to have, you know, these wonderful people in your life, just really enjoy those people. And the toxic people, you hope, if you have strong faith, whatever your faith is or whatever you believe, the universe, karma, God, whatever, you know, just hold on to it. And, you know, myself, I am Catholic, and I do practice my faith, and I love my faith, and I rely on it to get me through. And hopefully one day all of this will be okay. But if it's not, there's nothing I can do.
it's hard
There's
because
nothing.
you don't understand why this is happening.
I just pray for the strength to be able to get my old self back. But it is, oops, sorry about that. But it is, you know, it's a process.
And don't blame yourself. You know, a lot of people, they, like my friends at work, they start second guessing themselves.
What did I do? What did I say?
do wrong? What could I have done?
And I
the
went
thing
through that.
is, they're their own person. They're gonna do what is in them, and you can't change that.
You can't, and they're adults. You know, the one saving grace I just hang on to is, you know, from what
She
I've
has
heard.
me. No.
And, you know, I've heard from others that, you know, baby 1 and baby 2 are doing very well. So I just have to hold on to that and the one positive and hold on to it. But sometimes, you know, like I said, when, you know, you have toxic people in your life, you have to get them out, because all they're going to do is turn you into somebody that you're not. Because you're going to be, like I said, depressed. You're going to be upset. You're not going to enjoy anything. You're just going to kill you on the inside.
It's like the Osmond song, "One bad apple, it can ruin the whole bunch."
And it can.
And it's true.
And you have to, you know, just talk things out with your spouse or your partner or whomever, and just say, you know, it's for the best, and this is, you know, this is just what our life is right now. Because you can't just, you know, wake up one day and say, I'm going to plan my whole life out, and it's going to be sunshine and roses, and, you know.
You can't even plan your day out.
No.
so
So just hang on to all the relationships that mean so much to you, and it doesn't matter if it's blood or water. It doesn't matter. You know, the good people in your life will help you through, and you'll help each other through. And like I said, it is new for you, but just give it some time. It's not going to heal, but you'll be able to deal with it together. And
It's
you'll be
sort
able
of
to-
like the road you drive to work every day. There's you'll drive down the road and you'll hit every single pothole, and after a while you learn to navigate around all the potholes, and that's what it's in the relationship that way with a toxic person.
Right.
You learn to navigate, and
But that's
do the
our
best you
advice to
can.
you. Just do
That's
the
our
best you
take.
can.
That's from us. We're not.
We're still living it.
You
We
know,
are
we're-
in it, and
we're
we're
not
living it.
therapists. We're not anything
We are
like
not.
that. We're just sharing our experiences with you and what kind of works for us. So
Right. And like I said,
hopefully we helped you a little bit.
I hope we did. If you have any further questions, or if you want to tell me a scenario and I'm happy to
Reach out.
Yeah, reach out. I'm happy to chit chat back and forth with you with whatever you want to talk about.
Love the chit chat.
I do. And since I'm like on my 6th year into this, I have gone through all the stages.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to me about the stage that you're in, or what I did, or how we did it together, please reach out. And thank you very much. I hope that helped you.
Just don't give up.
Don't give up. Just keep going.
Hang in there.
Keep going and find enjoyment, and then enjoy those things. Yes. That's what we have to tell you. But I have to tell you a Nona story.
That's it.
At the end of every video, I always tell a Nona story. So, when I went to high school, my grandparents lived right across the street from high school, and I was a cheerleader. And after cheerleading practice, sometimes we would go to my grandma's house. She would be like, "Oh, come over, I make whatever." So we go over there, and where I grew up, it was mostly an Italian. They called it Little Italy, so it was mostly all Italians. But I did have some friends that were not. So we'd go up, and my grandmother, "I make you a sandwich," and she'd make us sandwiches and stuff. And she would go in the pantry and pull out this thing of meat, and then my friends that weren't everybody who was Italian, there's like 8 of us. The Italian ones knew what it was, but it was prosciutto, and you hang it in your pantry, and it is covered with mold. So you take the mold off, then you slice the meat, and then you stick the mold back on and hang it up in there. And my friends who were not Italian were like, "Holy crap, Italians eat mold." They just didn't understand.
So my grandmother's sick, because mold penicillin is made from mold.
So, but you're eating this sandwich, and you're eating it on homemade bread with roasted peppers that she roasted herself, and it was just so delicious. And so then after that mold sandwich, they always wanted to come back for more. That's a little Nona story for you. A Nona story for today.
Special peppers, not just any peppers.
They're good peppers. Trust me.
Good ones.
Good ones.
Good, so.
Anyway, that's our little video for today. We'll be back again next week. Please feel free to comment, hit the like and subscribe button, and the little bell so that you're notified of future videos. Please comment, share our channel. Tell us, if we're doing okay, if you'd like to see other things, if you'd like us to do something a little different.
How we do our hair. I don't know anything.
Just comment. Let's get to know you guys, and I want you guys to get to know us, because we have a lot of serious subjects coming up. We also have a lot of fun ones and a couple little
I might have a couple she don't know about.
Yeah, we have a couple little challenges we're going to do, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and as always, good luck in
the
the marriage.
Good luck in the relationship.
Good luck in the relationship. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. Bye.